Hey there everyone, it's Prince again. I know it's been a little while since I made one of these videos, but I figured while I was leveling I might as well try and finish this series, our Guide to Dailies, if anyone still remembers those. I cut off a little bit near the end. Last time we had looked at some of the dailies in the harbor, that is, Grimm, Memoirs, Good Intentions, and two of the other 4 quests in the same chain as Grimm and Barrett are actually run as dailies themselves. And today we're going to talk about one of them. We're going to talk about or Subversion. This one is in the 12. So let's pretend you join a group. Someone tells you, hey, we're in Sub. We would head to the 12 from the guild airship, right here. And I will show you where it is. You can, of course, also teleport to the 12 if you have the teleport spell. The quest entrance is right down here, but I'm not going to go there quite yet because I'm going to head to the quest giver. You can red door this quest, so if someone is already in Subversion, you don't have to come get the quest. They can share it with you, or you can enter. But someone has to have the quest already. So we're just going to take it on hard here. This is another one of the quests where the difficulty is supposed to be hard in terms of the mob scaling, because it is a legendary quest. You can see here it's level 31, but if you run it on normal and hard, oftentimes even lower level epic characters are going to be able to do it, and it's also pretty straightforward. But there are some kinks about it that are important to know, so I'm going to show you guys what those look like. We eventually want to go here. These two are going to be talking for a long time, but that's okay because we actually have something to do first. Before we open that door, we have to pull that lever, and before that force field drops, we have to kill 4 elementals that are powering the force field. You can summon them by pulling these levers. It's pretty simple. I'm going to finish buffing here. Let's get this guy. On normal difficulty specifically, these guys are not death blocked, so if you have instant kill spells, you can just one-shot them. But on hard and all of the difficulties following that, these guys have death block. So that is no longer a possibility, sadly. Here is the last one. And you can tell over here that the colors are showing you how many elementals have dropped so far. So we have only 1 gem that's not filled. We'll kill this one, and as soon as we do, that force field is going to drop over there. Let's check it. Ta-da! So if you're really pro, and you kill those really quickly, these guys will probably still be talking, and you can't pull the lever yet. You just have to wait until they finish all of their lines of dialogue, and then, no biggie, we can just pull this lever. One of the main things I want people to get out of this video is that a lot of people, to run this when you're trying to min-max it for the fastest way possible, you do this dimension door trick. And if someone in the party doesn't know the dimension door trick, you could actually mess it up for other people. And it's usually not the biggest deal, because if this is a daily, it's not being run on that high of a difficulty. But this is also run in High Reaper, this quest, so that could be a little bit of a bigger deal, because skipping fights in High Reaper is pretty darn important. So here, we don't have to pay attention too much, but we don't want to dilly-dally around for too long because people want to be moving quickly through the quest. So we do need to come in here because, as you see, there's a lever right here. We need to pull it to unlock a gate that we are going to go get crests in. There is a secret door here, and a lot of people will want to go in there and get the chest. I don't think I can find it with search. I usually just skip this chest. It doesn't have any named loot. I guess you could just pull things if you're looking for money. People like chests, I don't know. But you do want to make sure that when you set the dimension door, no one is out there yet. And I'll show you when and where to hit the dimension door. But once you're in here, you want to be ready to see it if you're not the one getting the crests. It can be really tricky. You need to get 2 crests. They're behind boxes, and they're actually hidden. I don't want to say invisible boxes, but they're boxes that are visible when they're not actually boxes. See? Ooh, you can pass right through them. Get here, the crest of the snake. This is the easy one. You go all the way to the back, and then just go through there. This one's a little harder. Once you break these boxes that I did earlier, you go up here, you slide this way, and then you drop. And here is the crest of the wolf. Now we have them both. So, what we want to do is go back out here and throw a dimension door somewhere. Ta-da! So when you take this dimension door, you will go back to the start and then just run up to the door where the crests go, and you will skip some fights. But because this is a tutorial, I'm going to show you what happens if you don't take the dimension door. So I'm going to have a part of the video that will allow you to skip to the part that you would be at if you would have taken the dimension door. But first, let's make sure what happens when we go back into this hallway. It's really important not to go back into this hallway when you're in the crest area. You wait for someone to cast the dimension door, because this hallway is what triggers this fight and a second fight further down the ramp. So we'd be skipping these. And of course, I'm level 28 here, so this isn't that big of a deal for me. But even then, I'm not the fastest clear character, so I'm still losing some seconds here, right? Especially because that wasn't the only fight. Go down here. There are also mobs that spawned in front of the doors where the crests go. So now we have to clear all of these as well. Where'd the orthons go? Up here. Doo-doo-doo. Great. So, the entrance was over there, right? We were coming from over here. This is where we would have come if we had taken the dimension door. There would be nothing to fight right here, and we would just easily slot in the crests. So that's the difference between using the dimension door trick and not doing so. When I turn the corner, there will be mobs here. This build is really tanky, so I don't really have to worry about my hit points at all. But if you're squishy, if you're playing a newer character, you definitely probably want to be behind someone else who is a little tankier. There is also a trick to this one. Unlike the last one, it doesn't punish you too hard for not knowing what to do. Oh, I should mention, I'm closer to this side of the wall because on that side there are rooms with mobs in them. So if I were too close to, like, say, on this side instead of this one, I could aggro the people in those rooms. Specifically, this one is the one we don't want to aggro because we don't have to fight them at all for any reason other than we just messed up. So right here's the door we need to go through. There are two ways to get through it. Both of them involve clearing this pack first. Alright, great. The easy way to do it is by just unlocking the door, because it's locked. So rogue skills, it is a pretty high DC because it's a legendary quest. So if you have a lot of dexterity, if you're some type of dex-based rogue or dark hunter, you can probably open these. But the DC is so high that even if you're a caster with the knock spell, you probably won't be able to open it. So I'm going to show you guys what to do if you don't have the DCs. One of them is actually going through here, but they have to be done in a specific order. We have to pull 3 levers, because you see how there's 3 gems on this door? We want all of them to be lit. So, let's go find the first one. They make it annoying on purpose. They kind of scramble the directions you have to go. So, because we don't have anyone that can pick the door, we have to get this fight. Now, pull the lever. You could kill them before or after the lever. It doesn't make too much of a difference. Alright. So actually now we have to go back. Let's turn myself around here. We have to go back to the end, because the first lever isn't somewhere in the middle. It was right there. The next lever is all the way at the end, and the third lever is all the way at the start. They're really making us work for it. But you can see how the yellow gemstone is lit up there. So here we can break some stuff. And here is the second lever. So when we walk our way back to the door, we should be able to see 2 of the gemstones lit. Yep, we're only missing 1. And unfortunately, this last lever is also going to summon 2 fights. It is what it is. It's really nice to have an unlocking character. You might be able to do it with a level 20 gold seal hireling. You might be able to, here's one of the packs, to use a bell of opening. Some people do that, so sometimes you'll see random barbarians unlock the door. We pulled the third lever. So now we head on back to the door, and there's going to be one last pack that spawns just at the corner here where we're turning left. Here it is. Cool. I don't know if that guy actually died or if he just disappeared. But I'm going to show you guys, there's a couple optionals in this quest, but as far as I know, there is only one worth doing because it's really easy, and it's right here. Again, if you're squishy, you might want to skip it. Oh, you guys see that tiny little valve I found that I just pulled? It's really tiny right here on the wall. There are a couple hidden valves here. You can press Q to find them. It lights them up. So we're going to pull this one right here. And then we're going to pull the third one right over here. And once all three on this side are pulled, then you go over to the shrine side and you pull the final lever. And that will unlock the hidden door. This is how we get to the hidden boss. $6K XP, that's not too bad. Let's see if there's guild renown in this chest. Coolio. So this part is completely optional. So it's nice if people want to zerg ahead and try and finish the quest and one person who's relatively strong stays and takes that optional. 6K free XP. Now, if I recall correctly, there used to be a time where just hugging the right wall here made it so that you wouldn't wake up any of these titans. Nowadays, they're really finicky, and they sometimes just wake up when they want to. But regardless, even if you don't wake up any, there's still one that you have to face around this corner. Here he is. And these guys are annoying because they can knock you down. Let's turn around and see if we aggroed any. Oh, we did not. Wonderful. So, here we are at the final boss room. There is also a Warforged Titan in there. Some people have this cheese trick where if you turn on some sort of range, you can fire at him from really far away, and the wall that is supposed to come up here and block you just never turns on. So you can just range him to death. So I will just advise to see what the party leader, is doing, and if it looks like they're going to go for that. That's especially relevant in High Reaper, where this fight can get pretty brutal. Here, usually people are running dailies for speed, and so they're not normally... A party leader isn't normally running a daily that he or she cannot handle by herself. So we're just going to go in here. And the Titan is going to wake up, so I would rather handle him first. Let's shred him here. Alright, cool. Because the boss has 3 stages of his HP dropping where it will summon other mobs. You see how they just showed up here? Sometimes DC casters will like to preemptively put up disco balls or something, like Auto Sphere of Dancing here. That one summons the pack over there. I'm just going to go ahead and beat him down to summon both packs. If you kill him, it ends the quest. So if you're ever at High Reaper and you're getting swarmed by these mobs and it doesn't look like you're going to be able to clear something, clear everything, killing the boss is a really nice way to just ensure that you at least finish the quest, get your XP, and then maybe you can release without getting the loot. I do like this chest because it drops legendary items, which make for good sentient food, like this Epic Fatal Flaw. Once you take this portal, you don't actually have to click finish and recall traditionally. You can just take this portal, and it sends you right out to the 12. So that's another thing you can do, is if you kill the boss, and there are still a bunch of slots left, and you don't think you can survive all of them, just hit the portal, and you're out. And just like that, we have finished Subversion. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode.